Hi and welcome to No Second Season. Thank you for joining me. My name's Ange and this is my little channel. This video is going to be all about my time at Browley on the east coast of New South Wales. I know Browley is good for beginner surfers. It's a beach break, can't get injured as much as you would on the rocks, and I know that the SOFTBOARD surf school is really good. So I've just had my first lesson with Tim from SOFTBOARD Surf School. Unfortunately, Joey has broke his shoulder, so best wishes to him. I hope he recovers very soon. My first lesson on my board with Tim was fantastic. It couldn't have gone any better, but it's an hour and a half lesson, but by sort of an hour I'm knackered. The second half I just couldn't get it together.
After my lesson with Tim, I was really tired, so I had a good sleep in the afternoon and I returned to the beach in the evening and rode alone, probably a little foolhardy being the only one out, considering that sharks are known to be out in the evenings. At this point, the three main things I wanted to work on were to stop grabbing the rails and get on my elbows, to stop getting on my knees, and also to put my lead foot centrally on the board. Here you can see, time and time again, I grab the rails, get on my elbows, then get on my knees, and then I get up with my lead foot off centre. Here you can see I don't get on my elbows, I do what is called chicken wings, and I still go on my knees. I haven't got rid of that yet, and I got my foot pretty central. It's a little bit over, and so I was happy that I'd made some progress. I called it a day, and the next morning I rode again on my own, but Joey was about helping Tim with a group of children. He can't teach at the moment, but he came over to help me and give me some tips.
What I want you to think about now is when you do get to your feet, I want you to put a bit more weight on your front foot. Yeah, so just a bit more weight on the front foot. We're not going to paddle, so hop on, we're not going to paddle.
Looking back, I remember now, I hadn't done the zip up properly on my wetsuit. It had come undone, so my wetsuit was full of water to a point where I could barely jump on the board. So I need to make sure I do the zip up and then clip it in properly.
When you're paddling, you used your elbows to get up. That's alright.
I need to say it out loud.
Hold on.
I think with surfing there must be a million steps to learn, and at the moment I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. There is so much to learn, and I'm slowly comprehending each little thing. I can't always put into action what I know I should be doing. Run after run after run, to the point of exhaustion, I repeated the same mistakes over and over again. Grabbing the rails, elbows on the board, using my knees, foot off centre, wrongly positioned, not just longitudinally. Sometimes I'd be laterally in the wrong position, i.e. not in the centre of the board, and I just kept repeating it, even though the night before I'd actually improved. In this clip I'm far too far forward on the board, the nose tucks under and it goes full scorpion and flicks me off. You can see in this clip still elbows and grabbing the rail, but my foot is pretty central and you can see what effect it has. I can cope with the rocking board a lot better. In the shallow seas that I ride in, I tend to walk the board out. I don't often paddle out. It's very tiring and shortens my session a lot. I just forget about not getting on my elbows time after time after time after time after time after time. And sometimes this happens. There's a wave, you're paddling for it, and then it's gone. It's just gone. Where's it gone? After 3 hours in the ocean, I was absolutely exhausted, so called it a day. The next morning I was due to drive a long journey home, but I had an hour and a half in the ocean before I did. I was determined not to leave until I'd nailed the elbows and the foot positioning. Elbows still happening, foot position slightly better in this clip. Elbows, oh no, look, chicken wings. Bad foot position, and off. Chicken wings, yes. Terrible foot position, terrible. And way too far back on the board. Elbows, then chicken wings. Terrible foot position again, and far too far back.
I'm just having a coffee break and I'll get back out there.
So after the break, I seem to go straight back onto my elbows, and the foot position is not good either. Chicken wings. I'm too far back on the board when I do chicken wings. Foot position not great, but I think I'm so far back it just stalled. Chicken wings again. Foot not great again. Perhaps a tad too far back again. By now I'm pretty exhausted. It's really hard to lift myself up on my arms. This is my last run coming up. Chicken wings and foot position pretty good. Alas, you can't see it, but you can see it went in a very central position.
I think I'll call it a day. I've had a wonderful time here, and I'm going home happy. It's my 62nd birthday tomorrow. I'm feeling well and truly old. I seriously do ache all over, hence not putting on the wetsuit. It's just extra weight and extra muscle needed to move. I think I like riding without it, to be honest. I'm really sorry if I've got a big bogey strewn across my face. I checked out of the hotel this morning, got in my car, looked in the mirror, big bogey hanging out my nose. I felt such a dick. Anyway, the main point of this video is this. How has it fared? So first thing I can say is don't leave the GoPro on and don't leave the bracket on when you're storing it, because the other bracket I had, I'd been putting it in and out of the car with it on and I snapped it. So take it off to store it, I would advise. Now I managed to tether it on. I attached this piece of string to the casing and then I fed it through the hole and looped it back on itself, and that seemed to tether it quite well. There's some silicone coming off, I think that's just from the edges. It looks pretty well sealed to me. There doesn't seem any damage to the board. Flip it over. Everything looks good on this side. Now I've had a couple of, well, for a beginner, what is big front end flips with the GoPro on, and it didn't sustain any damage during that. Sometimes the GoPro actually tilted a bit more. The angle I've got it at, so I can see myself, is around 45 degrees-ish from the board. I'm very pleased with that mount. I'll keep you informed if anything disastrous happens with it. I'm not saying this is going to work for you on your board. If you wish to do it, do so, but at your own risk. Now, there's a problem with surfing. You just want to do it all day long. I just want to be out there, but I've got to go home. So I shall close this video here, and until next time, it's a over and out for now.
Apprenons le cha-cha-cha.